Every summer, a child disappears into the forest. 30 minutes later, a different child emerges, one who vanished exactly 1 year ago. And in our town, this is considered an honor. They call it the selection. No ballots, no contest. You're chosen by nature itself when the ticks find you. Hundreds of them, crawling through the floorboards, hiding in your pillowcase. That year, it was my sister, Amelia. She was ecstatic. The entire town was. Teachers congratulated her, neighbors brought gifts. Even our parents smiled with pride, knowing their daughter would be living alone in the woods for a year. I was the only one who wasn't celebrating, not because I was jealous, but because something deep inside me churned, like my stomach was drowning in seawater. I remember one of those ticks was crawling across her cheek, heading toward her upper lip. I reached out to grab it, but my mother slapped my hand away and said, "Don't be envious, Thomas. You know better than that." That was the moment I realized no one was allowed to question the selection. It was the sacred ritual of our town, the way things had always been. On the night of the summer solstice, Amelia walked across the bridge to a plateau called Glass Harbor. No flashlight, no supplies, only a rusty little handbell. 30 minutes later, last year's selected returned, and the town cheered like nothing had ever happened. I didn't see Amelia again until the following summer. She returned glowing. No ticks, no scars. Same clothes she left in, but spotless. Same voice, same smile, but something was off. I asked what Glass Harbor was like. She said nothing, pretended not to hear, but I couldn't stop. I asked about the bridge, the ticks, the refinery that was never built on that land. Nothing. Silence. Until one night, I heard her retching, then whispering, then retching again. I followed the sounds to the bathroom. The lights were off, the air smelled like algae and decay. She was crouched in the shower, not vomiting, but drinking from tiny coral-shaped tubes sprouting out of the drain. She cupped the liquid like it was holy. It dripped from her mouth like oil. When I opened the glass door, she turned to me with eyes that weren't hers anymore. "It's such a heavy burden," she whispered, "to carry the new blood." Then the tubes shot toward me. Everything went black. The next morning, they told me it was just a dream, and I believed them because believing was easier than knowing. The years passed. Amelia soared, valedictorian, Ivy League, pre-med, the perfect returned. Me? I barely graduated, had no friends left, except one, Hannah, my girlfriend. We bonded over our hatred of the selection. We promised that one day we'd expose everything. But fate moved faster, because 3 weeks ago, Amelia died in a car crash. And during her funeral, I heard my father whisper to my grandfather, "None of the selected have ever died before. This isn't supposed to happen. Does it break the deal?" And my grandfather replied, "Don't worry, we can fix this. It won't be perfect, but it'll work." This morning, I woke up early, itchy. My fingers brushed the curve of my ear. Something wet, something pulsing. A fully engorged tick hooked into my skin. In the mirror, I found 30 more, behind my knees and my scalp, under my fingernails. The summer solstice is 6 days away, and I know what this means. I don't want to go. I don't want to change. I don't want to carry the new blood. Please, please, help me.